Hello everybody and welcome back to Kings of Horror.
Every day this month, Bibbs and I are reviewing theatrically released horror films based on the works of Stephen King.
And today we're looking at Fritz Kiersch's Children of the Corn. Terminator's Linda Hamilton and the bicycle guy from Singles star as a young couple stranded in the isolated town of Gatlin, Nebraska, where the children have formed a religious cult, killed everyone over the age of 18, and are now mired in an internal power struggle between the prophet Isaac and his thuggish second-in-command, Malachi. Children of the Corn is a perfect waste of a great premise. The first scene where the kids actually start killing all the adults is really scary. The idea is really, really scary, and then the film segues into the story of a really bland, uninteresting couple as they try to unravel the mystery that the audience already knows because of the first scene. It's a killer kid movie without a lot of killer kids in it. They're mostly just running around playing with corn, and frankly, corn ain't scary.
What a dud. It starts up here, and then it goes all the way down.
And right away,
just
like
right down.
From the second scene, just...
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Children of the Corn. I mean, the idea of a town of killer kids, while inherently scary, the execution here is just so poor.
Well, we don't get to see the real meat of it. What you want to see is like adults scared, being murdered by children. There's a Spanish film from 1976, I think, called Who Can Kill a Child?
Yes.
That is the scariest killer kid movie. That's the movie everyone thinks when they think of Children of the Corn. They forget that it's actually a really boring mystery.
And Who Can Kill a Child is an unsafe movie. That's my inherent problem with a lot of these killer kid movies, is that they're all too safe.
It's almost like they're expecting kids to watch them.
Yeah, and they're pulling back. There's too many they're always pulling their punches, and this movie does that. You bring up Who Can Kill a Child. I bring up a UK horror film from a couple of years ago called The Children, and that was terrifying. You don't know why the kids are going after these parents or the adults, but it is balls scary. And this one, it's just dry, and it doesn't help that Linda Hamilton and the bicycle guy, they're not very good actors.
No, she's charming enough, but she has like nothing to work with. No. I want to like her in this movie. He is just, hey, let's go check it out. Hey, let's go check it out again. There's nothing to them, and a lot of the best Stephen King movies have really interesting, relatable heroes that you're kind of with them on their journey before the horror starts. You don't get this in Children of the Corn, and
this is the only scary thing about Children of the Corn.
Isaac is really, really scary, and you know what the other problem is that they worship a beast in the cornfield called He Who Walks Behind the Rows. And so it's obviously a parable for sort of religious idolatry, and yet I think it would have been scarier if we never saw the damn thing.
No.
I think it would have been a lot scarier if this is what blind religion can do to you. And once you see that there actually is one of these things, it's like, oh crap, God is real and he wants us to kill adults. Well, okay, I guess that's what we got to do.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't work.
It's just one of those Stephen King, and we're gonna get to more of these, I think.
Yeah.
Where it's like one of these Stephen King stories where there's not much meat there anyway.
Yeah.
So they start building on it, and they do all these other they just start unlike The Shining, where Kubrick was able to extrapolate some material and
he stripped it away almost.
Put his own stamp on it. Children of the Corn, and we'll see this in the sequels as well as like they made for TV remake. They just go in these wrong, terrible directions, misguided all the way, and that's why I'm giving this one 1 out of 5 Kings.
I'm kind of with you on this. I give it 1.5 out of 5
Where's
Kings.
that half coming from?
The half is it's still a killer kid movie, and there's something kind of fun about that. The first scene is so good. If the first scene was a short film, I'd be fine with it. Well, that's it for Children of the Corn. Come back tomorrow when Kings of Horror will tackle Firestarter.
Bibbs, you're blind.
No!
You're blind.